business for the County Assembly for the coming week. As the chair, the leader of majority party prepares to table the business for the coming week. Chairperson, Joint Committee on Gender, Children, Sports, and Delegated County Legislation to table the report on the Makueni County Empowerment Fund Guideline 2024. Chairperson of the Joint Committee. So the committee, the Joint Committee looks not yet ready. Chairperson Committee on Gender again for Gender, Children, Youth, Sports, Social Services to table the report on the Makueni County Sports Policy 2024. Any member of the committee? Some of the committee are still in the meeting in town. Majority Leader, are you ready? So, Majority Leader to table the business for the County Assembly for the coming week.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly. Business of the County Assembly for the coming week. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 47(2)A and 55 of the County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to give a statement on the business of the County Assembly for the next.
We are just giving note, just laying the paper. Table the paper.
Thank you.
Yes. Not yet to give notice anymore. Not give notices.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Chairperson Committee on Devolution, Public Participation, County Administration and Special Program to table the report on the consideration of the report regarding the acting appointments by the County Public Service Board. Chair. Member of the committee of the Vice Chair.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think we've not been able to meet to adopt that particular report, so we can bring it on Monday.
Monday. Chairperson Committee on Lands, Urban Planning and Development to table its report on complaints against the Registrar of Lands, Makueni County.
Mr. Speaker, allow us to table the report next week. We are yet to adopt the report.
So?
Next week on Monday at 2:30.
Thank you. Chairperson Committee on Public Accounts to table the report on the consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the Makueni County Sand Conservation and Utilization Authority for the year ended 30th June 2023.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly. The report of the Public Accounts Committee on consideration of the report of the Auditor General on Makueni County Sand Conservation and Utilization Authority for the year ended 30th June 2023. I lay.
Thank you. Chairperson Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning to table the report on the financial year 2023-2024 emergency status report.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly, the report of the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the financial year 2023-2024 emergency status report. I lay.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chairperson on the Joint Committee on Gender, Children, Youth, Sports, Social Services, and Delegated County Commission. They will do that next week. Although the chairperson of the Joint Committee on Gender, Children, Youth, Sports, and Social Services, and Delegated County Legislation on the, then the Chairperson, Committee on County Public Accounts, to give a notice of the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to give the notice of the following motion that the Assembly adopts the report of the County Public Accounts Committee on the consideration of the report of the Auditor General on Makueni County Sand Conservation and Utilization Authority for the year ended 30th June 2023, laid on the table of the Assembly on 25th November 2024. Thank you.
Chairperson, Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion that this Assembly adopts the report of the Committee on Finance and Socio-Economic Planning on the financial year 2023-2024 emergency status report laid on the table of the Assembly on 25th November 2024. Thank you.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Leader of Majority Party to present the business of the County Assembly for the coming week.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 47-2A and 55 of the County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to give a statement on the business of the County Assembly for the next sitting week. The following business has been tentatively scheduled to be transacted by the County Assembly in the next sitting week. Monday, 2nd December 2024. Papers and notices. 1, tabling of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Fiscal Year 2025-2026 Annual Development Plan. Notice of motion shall be given. 2, tabling of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Fiscal Year 2023-2024 Annual Progress Report. Notice of motion shall be given as well. 3, tabling of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the guidelines for preparation of the medium-term expenditure framework, budget for the period 2025-2026 to 2027-2028. Notice of motion shall also be given. 4, tabling of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Fiscal Year 2024-2025 Supplementary Budget 1 estimates. Notice of motion shall also be given. Statements. Response to the statement regarding the report of the plot validation exercise conducted in Emali Town, as was requested by the member for Emali Mulala Ward. 2, motions. 1, motion for the adoption of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Fiscal Year 2024-2025 Supplementary Budget 1 estimates. 2, motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Devolution, Public Participation, County Administration and Special Programs on the operation of the Makueni County Public Service Board. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Cooperative Development. regarding the Makueni Fruit Development Program, popularly known as the Kilungu Ward as Avocado Project 2023-2024. On Tuesday, 3rd December 2024, morning plenary, papers and notices. 1. Tabling of the report of the Committee on Infrastructure, Transport, Public Works, Housing and Energy on the Makueni County Energy Plan 2023-2032. Notice of motion shall be given. 2. Tabling of the report of the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Cooperative Development on the implementation status of the recommendations in its report on oversight on projects in the Department of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Cooperative Development. Notice of motion shall also be given. Statements. Response to the statement regarding the tendering for the provision of medical insurance cover to the county executive staffers, as was requested by the member from Bitini Ward. Motions. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Infrastructure, Transport, Public Works, Housing and Energy on the oversight on county roads. 2. Motion for the adoption of the report of Committee on Infrastructure, Transport, Public Works, Housing and Energy on the poor workmanship in the installation of culverts on various roads in Bunge Ward. Afternoon plenary, papers and notices. Tabling of the report of the Joint Committee of Delegated County Legislation and Devolution, Public Participation, County Administration and Special Programs on the annual report of the Office of the County Attorney for the financial year 2023-2024, Government of Makueni County. Notice of motion shall also be given. Statements. Response to the statement regarding solid waste management in the county, as was requested by the member for Nzawi Kilili Kalamba Ward. Motions. Motion for the adoption of the motion urging the County Executive Committee member in charge of lands commit to up the streets of Wote and other major towns within the county addressed by the names. 2. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Committee on Health Services regarding the lack of medical supplies in health facilities in the county, particularly in Ilima Ward. 3. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the guidelines for the preparation of the medium-term expenditure framework budget for the period 2025-2026 to 2027-2028. On Wednesday, 4th December 2024, statements. Response to the statement regarding the non-operationalization of Dongoni Health Center in inpatient ward, as was requested by the member for Evengoni Zambani Ward. Motions. 1. Motion for the adoption of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Fiscal Year 2025-2026 Annual Development Plan. 2. Motion for the adoption of the report on Committee of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Cooperative Development on the implementation of flagship projects under the Department of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Cooperative Development, conducted by the committee on 12th, 13th, and 14th September 2024. And 3, motion for the adoption of the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the financial year 2023-2024. Bills. 1. Consideration of the Makueni County Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2, 2024, all the stages of that bill. Mr. Speaker, sir, there shall be a meeting of the Assembly Business Committee on Monday, 2nd December 2024 at 9 a.m. And pursuant to the decisions of that meeting, additional business may be scheduled to be transacted by the County Assembly during that week. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member for Kadonzweni to request for a statement number 043/2024 from the chairperson, Committee on Water, Irrigation. Member for Kadonzweni to request for a statement number 043/24 from the chairperson, Committee on Health Services regarding the delayed payment of hospital casual workers across the county.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to the provisions of Article 185, Section 3 of the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, Section 39, Subsection 2 of the County Governments Act 2012, revised 2020, and Standing Order 50 of the Makueni County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson, Committee on Health Services, regarding the delayed payment of hospital casual workers across the county. Mr. Speaker, sir, Section 18, Subsection 2C of the Employment Act 2007, revised 2012, provides that wages or salaries shall be deemed to be due in case of any employee employed in a period exceeding 1 month. At the end of each month or part thereof, while Section 17 of the Act provides that the employer shall pay the entire amount of the wages earned by the or payable to an employee in respect of work done by the employee in pursuance of a contract of service directly in the currency of Kenya, in cash, into an account or at bank or building society designated by the employee, or by check, postal order, or money order in favor of the employee. Mr. Speaker, sir, health facilities management committees across the county have employed casual workers to help in offering services such as general cleaning, gardening, security, among others. Mr. Speaker, sir, the casual workers are paid by the health facilities through the funds transferred to those facilities by the county government. Mr. Speaker, sir, most of the casuals have not been paid their wages since February 2024 in contravention of Section 18, Subsection 2C of the Employment Act 2007, revised 2012. Mr. Speaker, sir, the chairperson should therefore clarify on the following. Whether the department is aware that various hospital casual workers have not been paid their wages since February 2024. If yes, what has caused the delay in paying the casuals? B, what actions has the department taken to have the casuals paid in the short term? C, in the long run, what plans has the department put in place to ensure that the casuals are paid their wages in time and that the issue of delayed payment does not occur? And D, when are the casuals going to be paid? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Kadonzweni once more to request for a statement number 44/24 from the chairperson, Committee on Water, Irrigation, Sanitation, regarding non-implementation of Kitei Iyan Bohol in Kadonzweni Ward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. But before I read the second request, I've not heard the committee respond on my first statement.
Chairperson, Committee on Health Services, I'm a member of the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We will endeavor to 10 days.
Request of the statement.
It's okay, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank
Then
you, Honorable
proceed
Speaker.
to the next statement.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to the provision of 185(3) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Section 39, Subsection 2 of the County Government Act 2012, revised 2020, and Standing Order 50 of the Makueni County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson, Committee on Water, Irrigation and Sanitation regarding the non-implementation of Kitei Iyan Bohol in Kadonzweni Ward. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the financial year 2022-2023, Kenya shillings 3.5 million was allocated for drilling and equipping of Kitei Iyan Borehole. The borehole was meant to alleviate the acute water shortage in Kitei Iyan areas and environs. Mr. Speaker, sir, however, to date, the implementation of the project has not commenced and there are no indications of plans to commence it. Mr. Speaker, sir, surprisingly, the financial reports indicate that the allocated funds have been exhaustively spent, leaving a major balance of Kenya shillings 980 shillings. Yet no works have been done and residents have not been provided with water. Mr. Speaker, sir, the chairperson should therefore clarify on the following. 1, whether the department is aware of the above project. 2, why the borehole has not been drilled and equipped as was planned and budgeted, despite funds being made available over 2 years ago. 3, whether the funds allocated to the project have been spent. If yes, how has it been spent and on what activities? Providing a breakdown of expenditures, clearly showing the activity and the cost each of such activity, the dates of the activity and payment for the activity, the recipient of each payment and the supporting documents for each payment made. And 4, the plans the department has in place to implement the project and when it is expected to be completed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairperson, Committee on Water.
I think, having listened to him, or to the request of the statement, I would wish to request for 21 days because that is a matter stretching for the last 2 years. So I will need to advise accordingly so that the relevant authorities or the relevant department can get details for the 2 years and what happened. So 3 weeks, 21 days.
Request of the statement.
Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Kikumbulu South to request for a statement number 45/2024 from the chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries, Cooperative Development regarding the operations of plowing and reaping tractor of the Kikumbulu South Ward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I can see you.
Proceed, Honorable Member, please. We are running short of time.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Article 185(3) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Section 39(2) of the County Governments Act 2012, revised 2020, and Standing Order 50 of the Makueni County Assembly Standing Orders, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson, a Committee on Agriculture, Irrigation, Livestock, Fisheries, and Cooperative Development regarding the operations of the plowing and reaping tractor of the Kikumbulu South Ward. Honorable Speaker, in the financial year 2019-2020, the Kikumbulu South Ward allocated 5 million towards the purchase of a tractor, which was to be used for plowing and reaping. This was to offer cheap and accessible mechanization services to the farmers in the ward. Honorable Speaker, the tractor was purchased as per the plan and started offering services to the farmers. However, in the year 2022, the tractor was taken from the ward to the headquarters against the wishes of the people of Kikumbulu South. Honorable Speaker, the tractor has been working at the headquarters until the last 3 weeks when the tractor was returned to the ward after insistent asking from the office of the member of the County Assembly for Kikumbulu South. And the tractor is currently parked at Kibwezi DCC's office with no fuel, logistics, and a driver. Hence,
Honorable members, you can consult please in low tones.
as they think they can intimidate, hence lying idle there, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the short trains have started. This statement was supposed to be requested 3 weeks ago. Now it has taken more time, so it is in the past. We have not tried to re-edit it. Honorable Speaker, the short trains have started signaling the onset of the plowing and planting season, and the farmers are currently in need of the plowing and reaping services at their farms, but cannot access the services from the tractor or the county government, which has been rendered non-functional due to the aforementioned issues. Honorable Speaker, as At the time the tractor was taken from the ward to the headquarters, the ward's budget has a balance of around 400,000 shillings for the operations of the tractor in the ward. Honorable Speaker, the chairperson should therefore clarify the following. On the following: one, there's a problem with the write-up. I will just go straight to clarifications. A, whether the tractor is fully operational. And if yes, why has it been parked at the Kibwezi DCC's office instead of being used to do the farms within Kikumbolo South? 2, B, that is B, provide the operation schedule of the tractor, especially during this rain season, when the tractor services are highly needed by the farmers. C, when will the tractor commence offering services to the farmers in Kikumbolo South? And D, whether the balance of the 400,000 shillings meant for operations of the tractor at the ward is still available. If yes, indicate where the money is, and if not, explain where the money was spent and who authorized its expenditure. Provide supporting documents of the expenditure and proof of authorization. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, the Speaker will request for 21 days to deal with that matter.
Request of the statement.
Honorable Speaker, 21 days is a big joke. My question is towards around the onset of rains. Now, when you tell us 21 days, you will respond to this matter on February, when we resume, because we are going on recess the first week of December. Now you are telling me, people of Kikumbolo South, if it is 21 days, Honorable Speaker, I want to withdraw this statement, because it's not going to serve the people of Kikumbolo South. Why is he saying 21 days? And I have even, and it is indicated here, it is an urgent matter, since the onset of the short rains. And it is indicative that farmers are now plowing and reaping, and he is not able to respond to this. Now he's telling us 21 days for the people of Kikumbolo South, the people I proudly represent in this assembly, to wait until when we come back in February, mid-February, is when the department is able to respond to this. Honorable Speaker, and bearing in mind, the Honorable Member has indicated that he is not going to work on this statement. And it is the Speaker who said I should bring a written statement to this assembly. It is the first time I'm coming up with a statement, because it has been impossible for people of Kikumbolo South to get the services of these reapers and plowers. Honorable Speaker, it is a big joke for the chairman to stand here and say 21 days, while he knows 21 days will end in February, when people come back after recess. Please, Honorable Speaker, use your powers, which are bestowed by the Constitution of Kenya and other the standing orders, Honorable Speaker, to make sure that this statement is responded on Monday in the afternoon, latest. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair, the matter, as the Honorable Member said, it's a matter of life and death for him. And so it has some urgency, please. Within the shortest time possible, you can do that, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the member has already answered himself, because he has readily put it that you are going for recess. And again, Mr. Speaker, the issues that he's talking about money, 400,000, it must be contained in the supplementary budget which has been tabled to this assembly. It is fair to say that you're going to deal with the supplementary budget next week or this week. So what I can really do is just give you a progress report on Monday or Tuesday. Mr.
No,
Speaker.
just be
And
specific.
again,
Don't say Monday or Tuesday. You are taking the matter so lightly.
Mr.
Be
Speaker,
specific on the day you will
Mr.
table a
Speaker,
progress report.
Mr. Speaker, I think I can deal right with that matter on Tuesday.
Tuesday,
And
2:30.
again, remember, this is a matter which has scanned 2 years back. So it cannot be handled just so quickly because the members been here. He should have requested if he wanted the matter to be handled with that kind of urgency. He should have brought his statement.
Because you have committed to bring a progress report on Tuesday 2:30, now condense that in a way where the honorable member will be comfortable. Thank you.
Thank you. Say what?
Request of the statement, Tuesday 2:30?
Honorable Speaker, that is fine. It is you. He seems not to be ready to do anything about this. He is even telling me this has been an issue for 2 years. It doesn't matter when it happened, but the matter at hand is the urgency we're talking about. Now he is now telling me we should have done a statement like 3 years ago. That is not here nor there, Honorable Speaker, because the standing orders are very clear. You can come up with the statement whenever you feel. And when I'm representing the people of Kikumbulu South, you will not dictate how I represent them. So now when he says...
So, Honorable Member, I think you are comfortable with Tuesday 2:30?
Monday. I said Monday.
I directed Tuesday 2:30.
That's fine. There is no difference.
Thank
But him, he doesn't want to bring... Because one, he's saying whatever he should respond to is contained in a supplementary budget. That budget will be discussed.
Don't worry. Tuesday will be here with him.
So if it
So
doesn't
the chair
happen,
will
I'm going to
respond.
withdraw that statement.
No, because you have requested, so we can
How
proceed.
can you, now, Speaker,
Conclude.
you are aiding him to bog on to the people of Kikumbulu South. It's like you are allowing him to bring it after 21 days. Him, he said after 21 days. Now
I have given a ruling. We don't need to engage on that. You have given a ruling on Tuesday 2:30.
Thank you.
So, honorable members, as per Standing Order number 43, Part 2, which provide that. Honorable member, please let's consult. Let's consult in law terms. You are trying to interfere with the minority leader, and you will not be comfortable when you want to intimidate him. And you know he's a big man. Please consult in law terms. No, Chair, we can't proceed in that direction, please. I have given a direction. So, honorable members, as per Standing Order number 43, Part 2, which provide that the business shall be disposed of in a sequence which it appears in order paper, or in such other sequence as the Speaker may, for the convenience of the County Assembly. I now therefore direct that we proceed to order number 15, after which we shall refer back to statements. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 15, motion. Alteration of the calendar of the County Assembly for regular sessions 2024.
Leader of the majority party to move a motion for the County Assembly to alter its calendar for the regular sections 2024 to adjourn today, Monday, 25th November 2024, and resume its sitting on Monday, 2nd December 2024.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion. That pursuant to Standing Order 31-4, this Assembly resolves to alter its calendar for regular sessions 2024 to adjourn today, Monday, 25th November 2024, and resume its sittings on Monday, 2nd December 2024. Honorable Speaker, as I try to explain this to the honorable members, this has been necessitated after the supplementary budget proposals were tabled in this assembly last week on Wednesday, Honorable Speaker, it's the mandate of this assembly to look at those estimates and write a report on them, probably panel beat them, those estimates, and see what the executive is proposing to be contained in the supplementary budget. Honorable Speaker, it's also the mandate of this assembly to look at how balances have been moved from the previous financial year to this financial year. Honorable Speaker, as I move this motion, I want to urge the members that this is our process. This is our sole mandate. We only received proposals. We are the people. We are the members of this county assembly and the representatives of the people. We are the ones who are going to determine how the county executive will execute its mandate. And we are the ones who are going to appropriate the budget as we feel fit. So, Honorable Speaker, you need to know what we are doing so that you don't ask questions after the budget has passed and probably things have gone wrong. Then you can come to the assembly and start asking questions or statements. Two, these are requests to the members that we may read, we may go through the budget page by page, because it's very important for us to know what we are actually going to pass here on Tuesday or on Monday, because that's when we are proposing, so that you may know what is contained in those estimates. And nobody should intimidate us, Honorable Speaker, as we go and look at that budget, because it's our right to look at that budget and look at it thoroughly, so that it favors the people whom we represent in this House. So, Honorable Speaker, I request the members just to be keen on those two items, presence and two, contents, because we need to do our work the best way we can. So, Honorable Speaker, I now call upon the leader of minority party to second this motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to second the motion. It is a good motion to allow this assembly to dedicate more of our time to improving the document coming from the executive and also from this assembly, so that we come up with a good supplementary budget, which is also taking into consideration matters to do with the balances. Honorable Speaker, we have a lot of activities for this assembly, and it is good now that the supplementary budget was tabled last week. We need to dispense it off as soon as possible, so that we can let the people of Makueni benefit from the budget, as it is going to include both the 2023-24 and then 24-25 budget estimates to make sure that even the previous contracts which were awarded in the previous financial year are able to be paid up, because the contractors are also not in sync with what we are doing here. And now that the national government has shown and indicated that the technocrat, Honorable Mbandi, is going to send more monies to the counties, it is good we make sure that the contractors and also people who are not paid in the last financial year are able to access those funds, and they are able to help the people of Makueni give service to the people who are represented in this assembly. I wish to ask members to give a big yes when we debate and also when we have the question put, so that the people can benefit. We want also to dispel the rumors around, which were going around last week, that we failed to pass the supplementary budget last week. those are not here nor there, because we are committed to doing the people's work at Makueni County. Nothing will stop us from discussing this budget. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I wish members to give a big yes.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that pursuant to Standing Order number 314, this Assembly resolves to alter its calendar for regular sessions 2024 to adjourn today, Monday, 25th November 2024, and resume its sitting on Monday, 2nd December 2024. The floor is now open for debate. Honorable Dennis Musyoka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think it's very important for this Honorable House, and especially to the leadership and also the liaison committee for finding it possible for us to adjourn so that we can go and look at the budget, which was tabled to us. That is a supplementary budget, which was tabled on last week on Wednesday. And also to clear the air whereby we have been told that the budget is with us and we have not approved the budget. Also, I wanted to go to the general public outside there. We are working on that budget this week, and next week, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be approving the budget. If we approve the budget, there is a procedure, Honorable Speaker, whereby it has to go to the assent of the governor and also to be looked at by the control budget, the Office of Control Budget in Makueni, which may take about another 1 week, and also uploading that budget, which may take another 1 week. If you accumulate that, it will take almost about 30 days or 1 month. And maybe the earliest the contractors can get money to be late in the month of December or January, somewhere there. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I find it wise for us to sit for this, to go for that retreat. We check on this budget page by page to make sure that at the end of the day, we approve it as soon as possible so that we can leave the other process to take place. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Jonathan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support the motion. Budget matters are lifeline of the operations of the county. And it's very good that it has been seen worthy that we go and look at this supplementary budget simply because of key major things, which seems to be delaying. One of them is the issue of the payment of the contractors. There's no way in which we can hold people at bay, and these are our people who have worked for our account. And I believe this is long overdue that we need actually to deal with the matter so that the contractors may get paid their money. On the other hand, you find that each and every operation within the account needs money. And the supplementary has actually delayed to the extent that their operations cannot continue running. Even at the ward level, we have balances which we need to reallocate so that they can be utilized in the right way. And there's no way in which we could be able to access this money unless we do the supplementary budget. Some of the statements we are getting is because some projects have stalled. And with the supplementary, that will mean that at the end of the day, these projects can be kick-started, and then they'll be added to completion. That said and done, I support and I believe we shall be able to go through the budget and bring Lifeline back to the light of the county. Thank you.
Honorable Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this chance. Mr. Speaker, I was not supposed to talk, but I've heard of the supplementary budgets, and two of my colleagues, honorable members, have talked of a payment to contractors. The Speaker, I'm a Vice Chair of Transport, and we've been having a problem with some contractors. So I also need to send kind of a warning, Mr. Speaker, that even after the supplementary budget, the contractors who did poor works are not going to be paid. I have seen it prudent that I stand and pass this to this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Move of the motion. The minority leader can respond.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to respond. Yeah, the movement is a joint venture, and that's why I can respond. I think Honorable Zivo is right, but this assembly has no big role in determining that before we get to a statement. If there is a statement towards a rogue contractor, I think that is the time the oversight committees can come in and help you. If we have issues like in Makindo and elsewhere, I think the committees can help, because the resolutions of this assembly, many times, they must be followed, and they will be followed. That is what I wish to assure my friend and neighbor Honorable Architect Steve Nzivo at this moment. And since you've heard it from every member who has stood on this motion, I think it is good to note that members are in sync with this motion, and it is in the right position, in the right time, and also the right purpose today, so that we can adjourn and come back when we have the supplementary budget having been exhaustively been discussed and passed in our hearts. And since members are going to give a big yes, I want to appreciate everyone for coming up with that big yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and we expect a big yes.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I now put the question, which is that pursuant to Standing Order number 314, this Assembly resolved to hold its calendar for the regular sessions 2024 to adjourn today, Monday, 25th November 2024, and resume its sitting on Monday, 2nd December 2024. Will as many of these opinions say aye? Aye. Will as many of our contrary opinions say nay? The ayes have it. Next. No. Clerk, can we now proceed to order number 14?
Order number 14, motion. The report of the Budget and the Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the financial year 2023-2024.
Chairperson Committee on Budget and Appropriation, move a motion for the adoption of the report on the Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the financial year 2023-2024, as laid on the table of the Assembly on 16th October 2024.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to move the following motion. The consideration of Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the year 2023-2024. Today at 2:30 p.m. Honorable Speaker, this implementation report is very key to us because it will set a phase and now we are going to deliberate on
Honorable Member, can you move the motion the way it should be moved?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to move the following motion, that this Assembly adopt the report of Budget and Appropriation Committee of Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the year 2023-2024, laid on the table of the Assembly on 16th October 2024. Honorable Speaker, as I've said, this report is very critical to us because it shows the implementation status of this budget of 2023-2024, whereby we'll have some overflow of carry forwards of the balances for the year 2023-2024 to the year 2024-2025. Honorable Speaker, there are some areas we observed, as I've said earlier, that this is a report which was, which we got some information from the executive. Also, the members brought their inputs. Sectoral committees, they brought their inputs. This is not the CBIL from the Office of Control of Budgets. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I just wanted to go through the observations which we made as Budget and Appropriation Committee from the input we got from the members of this County Assembly. Honorable Speaker, allow me to state the observations and also the recommendations, because they are very key when it comes to making the supplementary budget, one for the year 2024-2025. Honorable Speaker, the observation number one, the amount for several projects exceeded the contract sums. Honorable Speaker, you'll find that if a vote line was a budget of 4 million, you'll find the amount which has been paid is more than 4 million, maybe 4.2, which is contrary to the law. B, some recurrent budget vote lines recorded zero expenditure as 30th June 2024, despite them having budgeted allocation. Honorable Speaker, is something which is weird when we budget for vote lines. You budget, there are 8 vote lines which you had a budget, but at the end of the year, there was no implementation, or the 8 vote lines had not been burnt. So we budgeted, that money should have been taken elsewhere to do a project which would be impactful to the community. Number 3, that is C, the total of 33 projects had not yet started as 30th June 2024. D, the county government missed its OSR, that is on-source revenue target of 1.24 billion. And that is, it did not meet the target by 195,063,745. That, although the performance was 84%, and that also triggers to show that the 195 million, the project cannot be done because of that shortfall. E, a project worth 195 million. E, or number 5, the OSR and appropriation aid surpassed the set target by 48%, mainly from the Department of Health Services. You can see that the Department of Health Services have done good when it comes to collection of on-source revenue. F, that is number 6, conditional allocations, that is loan and grants, amounting to 420,951,643 had not been dispersed to the county government as 30th June 2024. Also, Honorable Speaker, by the time the year was ending 30th June, there was another shortfall of conditional grants amounting to 420 million. Mr. Speaker, I will go to recommendation because the 6 observations are key and very vital when it coming to the next supplementary budget, which are going to discuss about it starting tomorrow. Having carefully scrutinized the Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the year 2023-2024, the committee came up with the following recommendations. 1, all accounting officers should be in line with the procedure pertaining contract variations as provided in section of the 139 Public Procurement and Disposal Act 2015. Honorable Speaker, no way the expenditure can supersede or can be more than the budgeted line. That is, they should make sure that they follow the law to the latter. B, the recurrent faults with zero expenditure should be utilized in reducing the OSR deficit in the forthcoming supplementary budget unless they have commitments that are justifiable. Honorable Speaker, we have 8 vote lines under recurrent, which add zero expenditure for the whole year. So we are saying, because we have a shortfall, can we use that money to cater for the deficit, which we have for 195 of our own source revenue, 195 million for our own source revenue. D, the county treasury should enhance implementation of revenue-raising measures to exploit all streams and the management of its investment to boost OSR. Honorable Speaker, we have seen that health are doing well, and they superseded their target by 48%. What if the other streams do the same? It means that we are going to achieve our targets. E, that is number 5, the OSR projects model and health services should be reworked and updated with the consideration of the increased uptake of health insurance coupled with national policy on universal health care. This will lead to avoidance of under-projections. So, Speaker, that is a matter to be considered so that at the end of the day, we don't over-project and then we create a deficit at the end of the day. Number 6, the county government should establish a closer working relationship with the department and that have specific conditional allocation loans and grant premised to ensure fast tracking of disbursement. Honorable Speaker, also the department from the executive, the ECMs and also the CEOs and directors, they should fast track on these conditional grants because we have seen that at the end of the year, 2023-2024, we had a shortfall of conditional grants amounting to 420 million, which is a big amount, and that means projects worth 420 million could not be implemented. Then number 7, I think our recommendation have superseded the observation, but it's very critical. We have number 7, all ward project fault line balance should not be relocated in the forthcoming financial year 2024-2025 supplementary budget. 1, without consultations with the respective elected honorable members of the county assembly. Honorable Speaker, as we are going to have this consideration or we are going to consider the supplementary budget 1 for 2024-2025, the honorable members should be consulted, especially on the balances according to the vote lines of their projects, and also their input must be heard, and that is why we have come up with this recommendation number G, which is number 7. Honorable Speaker, I will not go through the whole document as we have summarized on the observations and also recommendation. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I think the document will be circulated to, and also it has been circulated, but we are going to circulate it again to the honorable members so that when we go to sit and consider the supplementary budget, we have a basis of where we are moving or we are carrying balances to the new financial year, and also which balances, if they have been swept, the members could know how much has been swept and why, and they get a good explanation on that. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I therefore ask my honorable member, I don't know what's left, who else in the budget? I have my friend, Honorable Martina Ngusia, to second the motion.
Thank you. I now propose the question that this assembly adopt the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the financial year 2023-2024, laid on the table with the assembly on 16th October 2024. The floor is now open for members. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I know the members
supporting in silence, and I beg them to support the motion, which is critical to us because of the supplementary budget 1 for financial year 2024-2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I now put the question, which is that this Assembly adopt the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee of the Makueni County Annual Budget Implementation Report for the financial year 2023-2024, laid on the table of the Assembly on 16th October 2024. Will as many of these opinions say aye? Will as many of our contrary opinions say nay? The ayes have it. Now go to order number 8. Order number 8, Chairperson. What is it, Honorable Katumu?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I've stood on a point of order because, Honorable Speaker, there was a report which was supposed to be brought in this assembly from the Committee on Transport. Honorable Speaker, over the weekend, I spent close to 30,000, Honorable Speaker, paying the young guys in my ward to repair some of the culverts which were constructed early this year, Honorable Speaker. And I've gone through the order paper, Honorable Speaker, but I've not seen any report pertaining that issue. That's the reason, Honorable Speaker, I've stood on a point of order so that I can be informed by the chair what happened, Honorable Speaker, because since I brought that statement in this assembly, is back around the month of May. And Honorable Speaker, today we're in the month of November, and we are also adjourning to the Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Was it a statement or was it a report?
Honorable Speaker, it was a statement, but the committee requested to convert that statement into a report.
It's business slotted for next week. Calvert, it's the business which was read by, it will be Tuesday, 3rd September 2024, to be brought.
Honorable Speaker, meaning as the rains keep on raining, I will keep on spending my own money, Honorable Speaker.
The ABC have slotted for next week, please. It will be brought back.
Honorable Speaker, we need some of the issues, Honorable Speaker, kindly, they need to be taken with a lot of seriousness, Honorable. Honorable Speaker, I don't know who's going to refund my resources, which I spent on Saturday and on Sunday. If the assembly is in place of sorting me, Honorable Speaker, then I even can wait up to next year, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member, I've noted your concern. So as if ABC will sit on Monday, we can even slot it on Monday, 2:30, please. What is it?
Honorable Speaker, the matter for the culverts in Thanke, the report of the committee bears very strict recommendations that will have implications on the supplementary budget that we are going to undertake. And if they are not passed by this House, it will be very difficult for the Committee on Transport to also carry the same recommendations as we pursue the supplementary budget, Honorable Speaker. So I also feel that it's a matter that should have been, because we tabled the report a bit earlier in the month of September, and it's a matter that should have been deliberated so that the recommendations can have a basis when we are dealing with the supplementary budget before the committee. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. What was it, Honorable Cosmas? All your matter has been sorted?
For someone to comment about the supplementary in connection to the challenge. So I am not sure how wise you'll handle the matter because that needs your intervention. Because we cannot act on a report that has not been discussed, debated, and approved by this Honorable House. Yet the recommendations gives solution to its challenges. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You are wise, I know you'll advise. Thank you.
Honorable members, as you wish me to guide you, the matter has been slaughtered even in the last week. It was also in the order paper. But we are not able to dispense it because of how now we are operating. But I wish by next week, honorable members will help this assembly to dispense those matters, please. And as I had earlier stated, on Monday at the ABC seats, the matter will be actually considered. Thank you. Next order. We can now proceed to order number 8.
Order number 8, motion. The report of the Public Accounts Committee on consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the Makwene County revenue statements, receiver of revenue for the year ended 30 June 2023.
The Chairperson Committee on Public Accounts Committee to move a motion for the adoption of the report of the Makwene County revenue statement. That is the receiver of revenue for the year ended 30th June 2023, laid on the table of the Assembly on 11 November 2024.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a relatively long report, but I will read where necessary. I beg to move the following motion that this Assembly adopts the report of the County Public Accounts Committee on consideration of the report of the Auditor General on Makwene County receiver statements, that is the receiver of revenue, for the year ended 30 June 2023, laid on the table of the Assembly on the 14th November 2024. Honorable Speaker, the entity for this particular audit had a qualified opinion, and the basis for this was 1, inaccuracies in revenue statements, review of the revenue statements represented for audit and reviewed presented for audit, reviewed the following variances. 1, the statement of arrears of revenue reflects property rent arrears, opening balance of 6,932,000, while analysis of schedules reviewed Kenya shillings 6,798,000, resulting to an explained variance of 134,000. The statement of arrears of revenue reflects property rent arrears, additions of 4,365,000, while analysis of schedules reviewed Kenya shillings 4,170,000, resulting to an explained variance of 195,000. The estimate of arrears of revenue reflects property rent arrears receipts during the year of 3,211,025 shillings, while analysis of schedules refilled 2,882,025, resulting to an explained variance of 329,000. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completion of the above amounts reflected in the revenue statements will not be confirmed. Management responded as follows. Honorable Speaker, the tabulation below explains that. The other thing is on statement of arrears. And Honorable Speaker, before I proceed, probably you could guide, because we have very few members in the House, and this report is very voluminous. I'm afraid reading for the longest, and then before I complete, I am stopped due to lack of quorum. For if it's about being stopped, I had rather indicate that you can guide.
Chair, you know the speaker doesn't have the eye. So
There
you
is
can
a- there is a-
proceed
there- probably one
as
of
much
Speaker,
as you can. So
Probably you can seek, you can listen to the point of order from my neighbor here. Probably. You never know what he's up to. He wants to do, he wanted to do a miracle. about
What
the
is
forum.
point of order?
Honorable Speaker, we are about to deliberate a very important report from the Park Committee. It's unfortunate that we have less than 10 members. So, Honorable Speaker, I wish we can have, you can guide the House so that at least either we stop the debate or members are whipped back to the House. Thank you.
So, honorable members, the Sanjay, please ring the quorum bell for 8 minutes and any whip in the assembly so that he can move out and whip honorable members so that we can transact the business at hand. Any whip? All the whips have left? Not everybody, we are here. You are not the clerk, please. Sergeant at arms, please stop ringing the quorum bell.